Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Mediak podcast. And today is episode 66, and we are going over Interstellar. Jack, it's the start of the next semester for college kids. How is that
Well,
going so far?
not for me. I
Oh,
didn't even move in
really?
for 4 more days.
How dare you?
I
I'm
know, I'm,
jealous.
like, way later than everybody else, it's
Yeah,
weird.
that's ridiculous, and I'm now incredibly unhappy because I've already had to go through 8 hours of classes so far. So
Yeah,
screw
that's
you.
unfortunate. That is
Just
pretty
today, by the
unfortunate.
way. I don't have classes on Mondays.
Yeah. Well, that's kinda nice. On
Yeah,
class every day.
yeah, 8 hours
And
on
I have class every
Tuesday
day.
are very fun. Lots of fun.
No, it's not.
Yeah,
Just gonna confirm that.
I
Does
know.
not sound fun.
Yeah, my it's not as bad as my 9 hour on Tuesdays last semester, but it still doesn't feel good.
Yeah, I mean,
Now
it's not that much better.
now I have an hour and 30 minutes of a lunch break instead of just 30 minutes of a lunch break.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm so happy about it. Like so happy about it. It doesn't seem that bad. Like so far. I had this one
That's good.
really shitty teacher last semester, and I have her again tomorrow,
Yeah,
and it's really
vibes.
funny because last night she emailed us and was like, "See you guys on Thursday," but like I know the class is on Wednesday, so I just was like, "The class hasn't even started yet, and I'm
Yeah, I'm
already
sure.
having
Yeah,
issues with
that's good.
her."
That's
this
good.
is this is already off. We're off to a good start. I emailed her at like 1:30 in the morning and said, "I'm sorry that it's late, but you're wrong and class is on Wednesday." And she emailed everyone this morning and was like, "Sorry, the class is on Wednesday." And I was like, "Great, cool."
That is great.
She also
I love
hates
that.
me because my partner.
Because you email her and go, "Actually, I'm on Wednesday."
No, I was polite with it. I wasn't an asshole. I
Okay.
tried to be nice to her, like, cause she's just kind of a really pretentious person, and she believes that her work is like God sent, and in reality, she really doesn't know much about the career itself and like how to do a good angle or something like that. And everyone just kind of ignored some of the bullshit that she would say. Like she'd critique us and be like, "You know what? There's too little slow motion in this scene," and everyone would be like, "No, that's just wrong." But you know what? No one cares anymore. But
Yeah, I know what you mean.
my partner wasn't one of those people. He would yell at her and get really frustrated and be really mean to her. And since he was my partner, I was associated with
Yeah,
that. So she hated
that's
him and
gotta love
therefore
that.
hated me. So
That's great.
yeah, it's
That is great.
so I tried to be nice to her. I tried to course correct like at the end of the semester because like I didn't know that my partner was gonna turn into a lunatic at the end. So like I tried like being really nice to her whenever he was really mean, and just doesn't it hasn't worked yet, and I'm just not
Yeah.
excited to see her again tomorrow. It's whatever.
There was one thing where it was like, I might have already mentioned this on the podcast, but like I had one teacher that was just so shitty. I won't even mention the department or anything. It's just
Mhm.
they were so shitty. I was so like everything was bad and everybody in the class complained about it, but nobody did anything about it. And then at some point I complained about it too much and my boss or something weird happened.
Mhm.
It was uh, like I didn't get or
Oh
they
crap.
put the test in and then like they put it in like an hour before it was due or something and they didn't warn anybody and then nobody complained about it and my grade lower, whatever. It was some bullshit. And so my boss was finally like, "Hey, complain about it." So I complained. Uh, and then at some point in the year, I had never met them because it was a totally online class.
Yeah.
Uh, and then at some point in the year, they had like a meeting, and I work IT, or
Mhm.
they were doing like this thing event, and I had to supervise slash run it, like make sure everything goes fine.
Yeah.
So I was talking to them, and they're like, "Oh my gosh, I have you in class, right?" And I was like, "Yeah," and I just had to like, it was the worst, and they were just the worst people for this event. They just did not do anything right, and it was just
It's just a
and they didn't
horrible
know. I've
time.
been complaining about them for a week, and I'm just sitting there helping them, like,
Like that is the
so horrible.
worst. Like someone you actually genuinely dislike with a burning passion, and you have to like sit there and pretend to enjoy their company. Dude, I have
Yeah,
to do
like,
that for
help
an
them out and shit.
entire year this time. Like I had to
Yeah,
compliment her work last time, and it was just so painful to me because I was like, "This is horrible. This is genuinely so bad." Uh,
yeah, but
this
what are
is
you gonna do?
nothing apparently. It's not worth it. But we had to do this project where we had to do a quote unquote video journal. And the way she described it was like a 1 minute movie every week. So my first week, I made a really, really decent 1 minute short film. And I come in and I present it, and she goes, "You spent too much time on this. You tried too hard. I need you to stop trying." So as the weeks went on,
That's
I
good. That's
tried.
what you want to hear from a
Yeah, I know.
professor.
I love hearing that. It made me really happy. So as the weeks went on, I tried less and less to the point in which I just kind of like turned my phone on for 1 minute and just like stood there and did nothing. And I felt like she kept enjoying it more and more the less I tried.
That's good.
And then she was like, "I got to show you an example of like what a good journal is." Like she was saying this to the entire class, and she was like, "Okay, watch this." And it was a 1 minute video of a guy standing next, like he wasn't even in the shot. He just was holding his phone, pointing it at a lake with fog on it. And it was just one full minute of that. And everyone, like the video ended, and everyone just kind of looked at each other and was like, "Why is this good?" And she goes, "Because he said his head was foggy." And I was
That's good.
like, "Is that really the depth that this is going?"
Yeah,
He
that's
said
what
his
you
head
want
was
from
foggy, so he recorded
awesome.
fog. I guarantee what happened, and this is what I told her. I said, "I guarantee he just recorded fog while he was fishing and then came up with that and told you it, and
Well,
you
yeah.
fell
Oh,
for
yeah.
it."
Of course.
That's 100% what happened.
Gotta love it.
I just want a job. I wanna be done with this college thing. It's so frustrating working with idiots.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
I recently got a thing on LinkedIn
Mhm.
for. Well, I got one thing that was like a job offering, and I was like, "That's kind of
Yeah.
cool. I'll look into it." And then in midway through like an interview sort of call, I realized it was like an MLM or
Mm.
like a pyramid scheme,
Yeah.
and I was like, "Oh, wait a second." And then they're like, "All right, get back to me," and I was like,
Will do.
"Yeah,
Yeah. I signed up for a handshake, which is a thing that
mm,
like kind of auto sends
that's how I
your.
got my job."
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, I went through that. I applied to Epic Games to work on Fortnite
Nice.
at
Maybe
3.
you can fix it.
Why is everyone saying that to me? I said every single person I said to them about this. I was like, I applied to work at Fortnite, and literally the first thing that all
Work
five people said, all five people were like, maybe you could fix it. And I don't know what that means because I've always hated Fortnite, but I didn't think the game was broken.
No, it's just bad.
That's literally what they say too. Like I say, what's wrong
Yeah, it's
with it?
not
And they go, it's just
broken.
bad.
It's just bad. I don't know.
Okay. I've never liked Fortnite. I don't like.
I don't play it because I don't like it, but
Yeah, neither do I. Corey plays it. I
yeah,
said I said Corey, I might
he
work for
would play it.
Fortnite. He does seem like a Fortniter.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, why are you playing it? He goes, I don't have fun doing it. I just won 5 times in a row and I can't stop now. And I was like, you know what,
Okay,
Corey? I guess that makes sense.
fair enough.
Yeah.
If you're winning,
Why stop? Why stop?
oh, I am.
So one of your roommates?
No, I'm not even. I haven't moved in yet. That's my brother.
Oh, right. Oh, crap. I'm an idiot. Sorry. We just talked
Yeah.
about this.
I also
Speaking
didn't
of,
warn anybody that I'm doing this podcast,
I now
so
need to
everybody's gonna
warn.
keep walking around.
Two of my roommates are available, but one of them's actually going to be moving in
Every
like
good.
10 minutes. So I need to be like,
Yeah. Sorry, I'm doing the podcast.
is
Hi, I'm doing the episode.
that your mom? Tell her I said hi.
Zach says hi.
That's so awesome. That makes me happy.
There you go.
Hello, Jack's
Yeah, all
mom.
right. Well, whoa. There's
Weirder things
another.
have happened. Did you pause?
Yeah.
Because I didn't.
No.
That's pretty funny. Oh, this is hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes me
It'll
happy.
just be a little. We'll just be there.
A little humor
A
segment. I
little
mean,
extra.
we've
Yeah.
been not exactly talking about movies right now, so it's completely fine.
No, we haven't. No,
Well,
we've been kind of beating around the bush here, but
before we actually get to the main meat of the video, I do want to say thank you to all of the people who have been subscribing recently. We are now up to 331, and that's freaking awesome. A lot of
nice.
people have been watching our stuff, except for the Don't Look Up episode. People haven't been watching that, but I don't blame them. But other than that, they've been viewing our stuff a little bit more, and that makes me really happy. Go watch the Dune episode. I like that one a lot, and also go check out our interview with Stephen McKinley Henderson.
Yeah.
Episode
Our
43.
exclusive interview.
Our exclusive
with Steve.
interview, because we are actually the only people that interviewed him before Dune. And
Yeah, that is pretty funny.
yeah, that's awesome. That's so fucking sick. And
Yeah.
it's not just a Dune interview. Like we talk about more stuff than that. So don't worry if you've already seen the movie or don't care. So yeah, go check it out, please. All right, time to get into the meat and potatoes of this entire podcast. Interstellar. Jack, why did you choose this movie?
Because I had watched it previously, and so
You are
I
very
figured it
lazy,
would be
and we'd love
convenient
to
for
see
me.
that. Yeah. This is
And it's
another.
good.
I love it. I love it. We talked about this movie today in class actually because we were doing introductions and someone said their favorite movie is Interstellar, and I got really excited for no reason. I said I watched that last night, and everyone just kind of looked at me weird, and then we started talking about the movie. But
Yeah. I
yeah,
mean, to say Interstellar is your favorite movie is a little bit of a yawn, but that's just my
a
personal
yawn.
opinion.
Why?
Yeah, you can come up with something better.
Well, yeah, because like I feel like if any Christopher Nolan movie is your favorite movie, then
Of
but
course.
yeah,
Yeah.
because like everyone likes Christopher Nolan. Like who doesn't?
Yeah. I I have heard some Christopher Nolan what do you call it? Like
Hate.
dissenters, but I don't understand why. I don't know.
I
Maybe
mean,
it's
I feel
because
like
of
every single one of his movies are objectively good. Like, and
that's what I think,
I
but
don't think that's an obscure statement. Like, I understand enjoyment is subjective, but I feel like from an objective sense, all of his movies are at least enjoyable,
yeah.
including Tenet, which is a movie that I have gone back and forth on a couple times.
Yeah. Yeah, that one was a little controversial, but
Yeah.
we got there.
I think this one's also rather controversial because I feel like if you don't like it, you just didn't understand it, or it
Yeah.
like hurt your brain a little too much. We'll talk about like the very complicated things at the end of it because that happened at the end of the movie. But this is another Christopher Nolan movie. If you didn't get that from before, it had a budget of $165 million, and it made $701.8 million at the box office.
Probably back.
Yeah,
Probably made it back.
it definitely made it back. Like uh,
Probably.
a rule of thumb.
If
This
I were
isn't like
guessing.
law, but whenever you see a budget for a movie, double it because that accounts for lying and marketing. So it's not always double. It's sometimes more than double or less than. But the rule of thumb is just double it. Hans Zimmer did the
Jesus
score.
Christ, why did you do this?
I was yawning. Oh, I'm also cracking my back now. Hans Zimmer did the score of this movie, which he usually does for most of Christopher Nolan's movies, except for Tenet, because Ludwig Göransson did Tenet because Hans Zimmer really wanted to do the music for Dune, and I understand that completely. Um,
Fair.
I think the score in this movie is incredible.
Yeah,
Specifically,
it's pretty good.
the score on the Water World. I think the score is actually titled Water World. Let me look it up. But you hear ticking. You hear periodic ticking on that.
And that was yeah.
Yeah, and that those ticks are 1 second apart each, and they symbol one day that passes on Earth. And I think that is incredible and really really
That's pretty
cool
cool.
that they um, incorporated that into it's mountains because of the big water. That's the name of the score.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes. I remember now.
yeah, but
If you
hmm,
spend any amount of time on TikTok, you'll recognize a lot of these sounds.
really?
Like there's a few popular sounds that like I think him crying was one.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Uh
That's also a meme. Just him crying.
yeah.
I don't know why. It's just so
and
mean. He does such a good job acting in that scene too.
and him I'm so sorry.
Continue. If you could stop laughing.
um no, I can't. That was too funny. um I I'm gonna have to give away the surprise because I've laughed too long about this and it's gonna be way too annoying for any listeners. I like did that thing where I was answering a text on my phone and my brain was just like open Instagram. And I was like, okay. So I opened it and the first thing for some ever whatever reason, Joe Rogan posts the most disgusting like workout selfies. And I sent one to Zach. It happened. It was the first thing on my timeline, and so I had to send it to him. and it was just so jarring. And I got 6 like Instagram notifications. I sent it to 2 other people, and everybody reacted within the same. I got like 13 messages on Instagram.
I just sent back like, oh my god, all in different messages while
Yeah.
also liking it. It's just a really zoomed in picture of his face, and is that a sweat bead going down
It's
his
most
nose?
certainly sweat.
It's disgusting.
Yeah,
He just looks he
it's just beaten down. Yeah.
he just looks so
Yeah, if you have a
disgusting.
phone, go on Instagram and go to Joe Rogan's Instagram, and
I
the
did I
most
didn't think it
recent,
was
you'll
him at
know.
first because he didn't. I never thought he looked that gross,
He
but
does.
he does apparently. This is him non-shaven and just disgusting. This
I
is this
sent
is a
it to
usual thing. I'm looking through his Instagram. This is the thing that
yeah.
he does.
He does it a lot.
Yeah, I see that
I
now.
sent it to Ashlyn, and she was like, "You don't listen to him, do you?" I was like, "No." She's like, "Okay, good."
Would that have brought up
He's our
issues?
competition.
He's our competition. Yeah, that's right. But
He's like the
the difference is
most
we're
common
actually a
podcast.
good podcast.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he is like stupid.
yeah, and
It's
like
I
lame.
did listen to, somebody told me to listen to one of the podcasts with him and Neil deGrasse Tyson, because Neil
Hmm.
deGrasse Tyson he just interrupts him like the entire podcast is Joe Rogan trying to get a single thought out, and and Neil deGrasse Tyson just not letting it happen. Totally unintentionally, it feels.
That's
It's great.
so funny. Speaking of
Anyway,
Neil deGrasse Tyson, did you know? This is a really great transition, by the way. So
that was,
I'm
yeah.
preparing for you to applaud whenever I finish my statement.
Mhm.
Speaking of Neil deGrasse Tyson, did you know
Sorry, keep going.
that that Christopher Nolan had scientists on set? He had some of the world's best
I thought you
scientists on
did.
set to make sure that everything that he did in the movie was scientifically possible.
I did hear about that.
Yeah, that's really cool, isn't it? I like,
Yeah.
um, some people just like think this is I describe this movie as the most enjoyable science class that I've ever attended because like
Yeah.
everything they talk about and everything they do is either possible or in a theory. And if people don't know, theories are like uh they're possible, but we haven't done it yet. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like, um,
I feel like having a bunch of scientists on your set would get really annoying.
it would get
You're
so
like, all
annoying
right,
because he
we're
said
gonna
he
make
he,
them
he,
do
he
this, and
they're
they're
like,
like, nope,
no, no, you can't do
can't
that.
do that.
He actually
And
wanted
you're
to
like,
travel
what?
faster than light, but like literally scientists were like fighting him so incredibly, and they were like, that is just impossible. You can't do it. And he was like, but I wanna, and they were
I know.
like,
It's just
no,
like, just this one
just
thing.
this one thing, and they were like, no, shut up. And he was like, whatever. That's exactly what happened, actually. Also, I didn't remember that Timothy Chalamet was in this movie.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
that
played
kid
a very
minor
meaningless
role.
role, but
Yeah, like literally a non-existent role. But you know what? It is okay because he was still in the movie, and that's
yeah,
pretty
that's
cool.
all that matters,
So
apparently.
I actually I disagree with my previous statement that everything is scientific about it because I don't. I looked it up because I actually really like science and stuff like that. I can't find
Nerd.
somewhere where it says weird. You just call me
I
weird.
said nerd.
Oh, well, you should have seen this giant ass paragraph I sent to G because I was texting with her, uh, just like ideas while I was watching the movie, and I tried to figure out what the fifth dimension was. So I sent like this ginormous ass paragraph to her. I'll read most of it because I like shortened it down into like a relatively understandable thing. But I was gonna get to that towards the end of it. But that she called me a nerd too, and I thought that was kind of funny. Um, what was I gonna
Great
say?
minds.
Great minds think alike. I don't understand how he could get into the black hole because in everything that I looked up and everything that I know, the gravitational pull of a black hole is too strong and it would turn someone into like a spaghetti noodle before they even reach the like one.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they gotta bullshit some of it.
That is true. That's probably the only bit of like actual science fiction that was in that.
Yeah. I don't
Um,
know. There were certain things I was like, it was probably like that. I don't really remember any of them, but it was like, I'd be like, "Well, I don't know if that's like the
I'm
truth,
pretty
but
sure everything else is
what do
true.
I know?"
Like they the black hole that they showed was actually the first look at a black hole made by like um made by CG stuff, and like
Yeah. It took,
that.
like, months to render or
Oh,
something.
100%, yeah, and
Yeah.
that was the first look of what we actually thought a black hole looked like, and then last year, 2 years ago, when we actually got a picture of a black hole, it looked exactly like that, and I
Yeah.
think that is so fucking cool that the first theory for what a black hole looked like came from a movie. That is
Yeah.
fucking crazy in my eyes, and the fact that it's actually
Bonkers.
what it is, that's rad in my opinion.
Yeah.
That's incredible. I think that's
For
so
sure.
cool
For sure.
because it's not just like a form of entertainment now. It's like a form of like learning, and I think that's really cool and a very creative way to um make a movie of this type, um and to go from a serious tone to a joke tone. This movie had masks before it was cool, because
Masks?
yeah, because they had to
Oh,
wear the
yeah, yeah,
masks
yeah, yeah,
because
yeah,
of
yeah.
the. Oh,
The
by the way,
sand.
for anyone who matters, who cares, I don't have COVID anymore. We're all good.
S
No, anyone who
Anyone
cares.
who
No,
matters.
I don't matter. No, anyone who cares, uh, or thinks I matter. I don't have COVID anymore, so I'm all good now.
Congrats.
Yeah, thank you. I'm very
He
proud.
lives.
I live. It was a
Thanks, Neil, for this movie.
DeGrasse Tyson. Yeah, he.
Yeah, I'm on a first name basis with Neil deGrasse Tyson.
That's facts. I have to call him Mr. Tyson. Um, he's the reason why I'm still alive today. Actually, he healed my COVID.
Mr.
Mr.
Tyson.
Tyson, Mr. Ty, son.
Ty's son.
This is so stupid.
Don't you think it's funny that Mike Tyson can't pronounce his own last name?
Tyson? Yeah,
Yeah.
that's hilarious. Um,
Do you
one
think they're
little,
related?
huh? Yes, they definitely are. They're actually brothers,
Like how
twins.
Joe
Might I
Rogan is
say?
a distant cousin of Gerard Way of uh
What? What?
My
What?
Chemical Romance.
What?
Yeah, it's weird.
Can
It's
you run
weird.
that back again? Who is
Joe
the second
Rogan,
guy?
Gerard Way.
Who is that?
Uh that might also not be his name, but he's uh
The
the
band
lead
My Chemical. Oh, okay, cool.
yeah, he's in My Chemical Romance. I don't know how. I think he is the singer, but I'm not positive.
Okay, I'll take your word for it.
Yeah,
Um,
just thinking about relations
relations. That's really
and
cool.
how Joe Rogan is not related to Seth Rogen, spelled differently.
No, they're twins actually.
Oh, so
Yeah, sorry to break it to you, but you're wrong, and they're twins.
that's why they're both massive stoners. It all makes sense.
Yep, that makes 100%
I
sense in
should have
my
put that
eyes.
together.
Yeah, come on, I'm disappointed in you. Uh,
Silly me.
one little fun bit of realism and interesting stuff is whenever anything like happens in space, I love how there's no score and it's just 100% silent because that's what would happen in the vacuum of space. Space,
Yeah.
dead silence. Pretty cool stuff. It's like if
Pretty cool.
you yell into the void, no one hears and you don't hear. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, you want to get into my theory of the fifth dimension? Well, not theory. It's more of a
Sure.
hypothesis because I haven't tested it. Okay. Um, it's complicated. I'm going to just read off what I have written down, the shortened version of my long paragraph. Um, so black holes. Okay, they are a singularity of time and space due to the sheer amount of gravity they have. Yes.
You sure?
So this means that they have a singularity point in which happens in this movie to be in the bookshelf on Earth. Theoretically, at this point, one can see the past, present, and future of everything that happens at this point. In this theoretical fifth dimension, which means that time is a physical dimension inside of a black hole due to time relativity, which basically means that time is wonky due to the absolute astronomical gravitational pull from the center of the black hole. And fuck, give me a second. I have to figure something else out because I actually skipped over something. So I gotta rerun this again because my brain is now working at 7,000 miles an hour.
Go for it.
So in the movie themselves, they mention that time in the fifth dimension is physical, and I think that is only happening because of the push and pull of the absolutely astronomical gravity inside of a black hole, of which is okay. I'm sorry, I'm thinking this out and also writing it down. I'm trying to figure out what a
This
black
is
hole is.
this is good. Yeah.
No, it's not. I disagree. So The gravitational pull creates a singularity point, which is basically a point at which time is physical, which in the movie they called it the fifth dimension. And basically, like, the different dimensions are like whatever is considered to be um fuck, how do I word this? Because I was going to say whatever is considered to be relative, and then the next step up is now physical. Because in the second dimension, the z-axis is, I guess, relative or assumed. Then it's because it's not there, and then in the third dimension, it's now like a reality, and then time is like technically the fourth dimension. If I'm learning that right now in class, by the way, that time is the fourth dimension, which is
Okay.
still not physical. So once you get into the fifth dimension, that then turns time into a physical thing, which is why whenever he's in that little like area, he can see like a million bookshelves because that's time. And it's
Mhm.
just like all of time physically laid out throughout the bookshelves. So he can just kind of go through all of the points. I don't understand how he escapes. I think they just explain that as someone
Yeah,
far in the future.
them,
Yeah. Far,
like,
far, far in
this
the future was able just to drag them out of that,
yeah, they, like,
which
helped him out.
yeah, I can accept that because it's a science that we haven't figured out yet, so we can just assume that eventually throughout time they will figure it out. Um while inside of the fifth dimension where he can just kind of interact with time itself, he then uses the bookshelf to communicate with Murphy, which is the beginning of the movie. So, oh, he also the end of the movie. This is so confusing. So he interacts and does the binary code and also the stay code at the beginning of the movie, while also doing the Morse code on the watch at the end of the movie to help Murphy figure out how to turn the space station into a reality, and that is done through something that Cooper figures out while he's inside of the fifth dimension, and I
Yeah.
haven't figured that out yet.
I
I
don't
don't know
know,
what
that
that
was
is.
kinda silly that they were just like, "Oh, this is it. These are a bunch of numbers that solves everything."
No, no, it makes sense. It does make sense, but it doesn't make sense. The entire movie, they were like, "We figured it out. The only thing we need to do is figure out what um is inside of a black hole to like do that, which is the fifth dimension." But they didn't. I don't think that or my little child brain didn't absorb the information of what they figured out while inside of the physical
I don't
dimension.
think they
Because
said.
I don't think they said either. Because it just simply isn't that time is physical. Because how the fuck would they be able to do anything with that information?
Yeah.
And it's
That's what I said. It was like the robot was like, "Beep boop bop, here's this little equation that's gonna solve everything and all problems."
just
And
cracked
they
my
were
back in
like
the most intense way possible, and now it hurts.
"Okay,
Oh.
let me just tell my daughter." And then that was it on a watch. I was like, "That's a little silly, but
Okay,
whatever."
yeah, we'll roll with that. I did as much of an explanation as I could possibly do of that. So
Yeah.
anyone who didn't understand, I hope I helped you. If you did already understand, I hope I confused you because that would be really funny. Um, other than that, I think it was a fucking phenomenal film. I genuinely
That's
had
pretty
fun the
good.
entire time with even the stuff related to like Matt Damon, who barely was in the film, but he played as a minor antagonist. I don't really know what his goals were. Could you explain that to me if you
Uh,
figured it out?
well, I thought he was just trying to get home, and so he needed to steal their stuff
But
for,
I
like,
don't think
killing
that's
them in the
true because
process.
he said that going home would that's how Cooper could see his kids again. But then Matt Damon was like, this isn't just seeing your kids again. This is about saving the human race. And I
Yeah, I
don't
don't know.
I don't know
I
what
mean,
that.
I thought he was just lying to him. He was just playing little tricks on him,
But that was after he
and then
broke
at
his
the end, he
thing.
was
So
like,
why would he lie
"Psych!"
to him after he thinks he's gonna die?
I don't know,
I don't know.
'cause he's crazy.
Does it
He's a
matter?
crazy
The
psycho
answer is
man.
no.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he died.
Yeah,
Oh,
he
well.
died. Oh well. And a really cool scene that just looked really cool. And then they fixed it by spinning in circles. And that
Oh,
also
very
looked
stressful
pretty cool.
scene.
Huh?
Very stressful scene.
Oh my god, yeah. The score was really, really, really well done to make it feel more stressful than it was. But it was actually pretty stressful at that.
Yeah.
Very good movie. If anyone hasn't seen this film, go see it because I feel like even our explanations of it didn't exactly spoil it for you because the end is kind of confusing. And even if you listen to me ramble on about what I think that is like, um, you probably still will be shocked and at least confused whenever you see what happens.
True dat.
What'd you say, Jack?
I said true dat.
True dat. This is a confusing movie. It has a pretty low rating for a Christopher Nolan film. It has a 96% on Rotten Tomatoes, which is pretty goofy to me because I think it's better than Tenet, and Tenet has like an 80 something. At least like I don't know. I was gonna say it's a more fun watch, but Tenet's like has more action sequences, I guess.
I guess. Yeah.
I
Interpretation of fun.
yeah, yeah. That's subjective.
Yeah.
Objectively,
Yeah.
this is a good movie. What would you rate it, Jackie?
Probably like an 8.
Yeah, something around there. I would
That's pretty
do that.
safe.
I'm
Anyway.
gonna cough. Sorry.
Okay. Ready?
Yeah.
Right. We will see Spotify in a few
Bye.
seconds. Bye. Cool. How much news do you have?
Decent amount. I gotta get rid of my
awesome.
random jarble. Why?
I don't know. This is gonna be long.
It's gonna be long.
Yeah.
Oh crap. Okay. How do I cull some of this? I'll get rid of Christopher Nolan's actors for the next movie. Keeping that. I'll get rid of that. We'll still talk about it, but I'll get rid of that. We'll talk about that. I'll delete that. I'll delete that. I'll delete that. Keep that. Keep that. Keep that. Okay, cool. I've narrowed my news down a bit.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Little sniffles.
There we go.
I got more than just superhero news. Not much more,
Hooray.
but more. By that I mean 2 things out of 10. Nice. Oh my god, my spine. Why has my back been hurting these last couple weeks? I'm 19, but I'm too old. And that's just how it is.
Vibes.
Ready? Huh? Yeah, no, I'm
Let's
never ready actually, but I would love to start again.
Okay, good, because we're back.
Oh great, no. Alright, movie news. We also talked about something really, really, really cool on YouTube during that break. So if you guys on Spotify haven't or have curiosity to hear what we talked about, please go over to YouTube, subscribe, like, all that fun stuff. Everyone on YouTube, if you haven't subscribed yet, you know what to do. Okay, on the movie news after that shameless plug. Jack, do you have anything prepared?
Yes.
Nice. I'm very proud of you. Good. I'll go through my stuff and then you can say yours thing because that you obviously have it. So the screenshot that I have right now says the runtime for Doctor Strange 2 is pushing 3 hours, but no. It gets worse. 3 days after that, another leak came out and it said that the movie is over 3 hours long. So I think it is 3 hours and 15 minutes or something around that.
Oh my god.
It's because of all the cameos they have in the movie.
I initially was like, just start making movies 8 hours long and then we can break it up ourselves. But, well, maybe I am still on with that. Either make it 8 hours long.
Like Zack Snyder's Justice League where you can just watch it in parts.
Yeah, like either do that or make it an hour and a half long.
I would rather die than film an 8-hour movie, not gonna lie. I feel like that would be just hell. Actual hell.
Then don't film a 3-hour one. There's no middle ground. It's either extreme. Either a shorter movie.
I have to make it either an hour and a half or like literally the longest film ever.
Yes.
Okay. I will do my best, Jack. I'm sorry.
Tired of it.
Okay.
3 and a 50. Oh my god! Like, how am I gonna sit
It
through a
is
movie?
it is the
Yeah,
second
they need
longest
an
Marvel
intermission.
movie. You did for
What's the long?
Endgame.
What? What's the
Endgame.
longest one?
Endgame. It's in 3 hours 30.
God, how did
Yeah.
I do that?
How did you do it? You did it
Ugh.
twice. You did it in the theaters and also whenever we reviewed it, unless you didn't watch it for the review, but that doesn't matter.
No, that one I spaced out. But
Okay, that makes sense.
while I'm in the theater, I can't escape.
Just bring popcorn, a drink, and then an empty cup that you can assume
Yeah,
whatever
the
you.
use
Yeah,
of.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So the guy who plays Ned in the Spider-Man movies will not be returning for the next series of Spider-Man
Why?
movies. Probably because he doesn't remember who Peter Parker is. If I were to,
Oh,
if I were to
oh,
guess,
I thought it was like I thought the guy had like a objection to
Vendetta.
Spider-Man.
No, no, he just. I don't think he just is in the plot line or whatever.
Oh, okay. Well,
Want
that's
to hear
fine.
more terrible Flash rumors?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So, we already said that Michael Keaton's going to be the Batman from here on out after Flash. Yes. Well, he's going to be the Batman for the end of Flash, the start of Batgirl, and then Batgirl's going to take over the role of Batman for the rest of the DC movies. But do you know what
Okay.
happens to Ben Affleck?
No,
He apparently gets into a hand-to-hand fight with Michael Keaton and dies.
that's good.
Yeah, we love to see that. It's crazy
That's
how
great.
in the course of 1 year, uh, Warner Brothers had lost connections with Henry Cavill, Ben Affleck, Christopher Nolan, and Zack Snyder. It's really fun that
Yeah. I
this.
wonder if there's any sort of connection to
I have
those
no,
things.
I have no idea. I think they're a pretty good company in my opinion.
Yeah.
Totally. So you know The Boys, that TV show.
Yeah. Huh?
The season 3 trailer had dropped, and also the release date is June 3rd. I did not
Ooh.
watch the trailer, but I found the release date and then was like, I'll talk about this. I don't like watching
We'll
trailers
talk
for
about
things
this.
all that much. Next bit of news
We'll
is
talk
actually
about this.
pretty darn cool in my opinion. So you know Scott Pilgrim versus the World?
I do.
We're getting an anime for it.
I heard about that. That
Yeah,
sounds pretty cool.
except for the fact that it's a Netflix anime, so it's probably gonna be bad. But
Well, yeah.
yeah, sorry
Oh
for
well.
raising your hopes and then smashing them so quickly. Um,
So quickly.
we kind of brushed over this character, but I mentioned how the character America Chavez is going to be in Doctor Strange 2. Her ability is that she can punch star-shaped holes through realities to different dimensions. And her character was actually supposed to be in Spider-Man No Way Home, and that was how Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire were going to come over. She was going to punch a hole through reality and bring them over instead of
Mm.
Ned being magical. But they cut her out because they thought it would be too much in the movie, and that's a fair assumption.
Yeah.
So the show Miss Marvel, uh,
Yeah.
the stretchy girl that got turned into Green Lantern, apparently is going to have significant reshoots and will premiere on Disney Plus this summer. So
What you
that's
like to
fun.
hear?
Yeah, I never really was excited for it because I never found that character to be all that interesting, and I don't like Captain Marvel all that much, and so I'm not exactly excited to see them team up. I like like the other Captain Marvel, the one from WandaVision. She's cool. Um, I'm blanking on her name. She had like the phase powers or whatever. It doesn't matter. You didn't watch WandaVision, so it doesn't. It really doesn't matter. Uh, did you know? You know that we're getting another animated Batman show called Batman Cape Crusader, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, it's being made by the same guy who made Batman the Animated Series, which is actually pretty awesome. Bruce Timm, he co-created it. It's being produced by Matt Reeves and J.J. Abrams, which is pretty fucking rad because Matt Reeves is making the new Batman movie with Rob Battenbat, and J.J. Abrams speaks for himself. The head writer is the guy who wrote the Winter Soldier movie, and apparently it's going to be a noir reimagining of Batman's origin and psychology with more adult content and violence compared to the Batman animated series. It's going to represent a lot of new characters and like delve deeper into all of the villains like Joker, Catwoman, and Penguin and stuff like that. It's not going to have any Justice League members, only Batman, and it's going to show his progression with gadgets too, starting with like nothing and getting more stuff as the show goes on. The first season has 10 episodes, and it's going to be released weekly on HBO Max and Cartoon Network in 2023.
You going somewhere?
Is that Zach? Hi, Zach.
No,
Or is that your dad?
my father.
Hello,
Yeah.
father of Jack Palmer.
Zach says hi.
I do say hi.
Hi, Zach.
Hi. Did you pause on this one?
Tonight you didn't see yet.
Interstellar.
Yeah, we're doing Interstellar. Both your parents
Anyway.
have visited this
Yeah.
episode. That's pretty awesome.
I know.
Please tell me you didn't pause.
No, I didn't.
Oh,
No,
thank God. That's really funny. I'm really happy that they both visited today.
Yeah.
So Indiana Jones 5 apparently only has one more month left of filming, so it should be coming out soon.
Great.
It was supposed to be done already, I think, but Harrison Ford like cracked his shoulder while rehearsing a fight.
Somehow I'm not surprised.
He wasn't even like filming. He just was rehearsing the fight and he cracked his shoulder or something. And I think that's kind of funny.
Sounds about like Harrison Ford.
Yeah, I love that man. To go on a kind of sad note though, we did have a passing away of a great man, Bob Saget. He died at the age of 65 this last week.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
So that is the end of my movie news, and I always leave on a sad tone, and I'm sorry about that. We hate to see it.
Anyway.
I don't know him from much, but Jack, continue on to your thing.
I just found that The Witcher 2 is one of Netflix's most watched TV shows ever.
Really? That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's really cool. I haven't watched
It
the
is
second
weird.
season yet.
It's pretty mediocre.
Really? You watched it?
Yeah. I mean, I watched a little bit of it.
That's disappointing.
It just seems so long.
That's so disappointing. I liked the first season a lot. I thought it was really
I like the
creative.
first season a lot too. It's fine. It's just not.
I thought it was really cool how they had three different diverging storylines, all with Gerald, that took place at different times, and at the end of the show, it all converged. I thought that was so fucking cool.
Yeah,
But
that was pretty cool.
I don't know if they're. I'm guessing it's not the same for season 2. I'm guessing it follows more of a linear path.
Yeah, it's not.
That's disappointing.
Oh boy, it's 8:00.
It is already? What?
I
Oh
know.
no, we have 15 minutes. Okay, I thought we were already talking for an hour, and I was like, we talked for an hour already, and we're not even into our last segment. No, okay, we're good. We have time to spare. Okay, that sucks that Witcher's bad. Let's go on to the next thing.
It's not bad.
Okay, well,
Actually, you should watch it.
I will. I'm gonna finish Daredevil and all the different Netflix shows first.
Right. Well,
Except for
there
Iron
you go.
Fist.
Good transition.
Yeah. Okay. So, since I'm already talking about it, I guess I'll go first. I continued my venture through Daredevil. I am approaching the end of the season. I think I only have 2 episodes left. It's fucking awesome. I heavily recommend watching Daredevil if you have never watched Daredevil.
Probably will at some point.
You should.
know
Like,
when.
you really should. It's probably the best Marvel show, including all of the new ones too. It's really good.
Interesting.
I liked it a lot. And I'm saying that without watching any of the other Netflix Marvel shows so far. But
I've gotten so far 2 notifications on my laptop. I'm very sorry for everybody who just heard the ding.
RIP to anyone who heard that. Another superhero show. I finished the first season of Superman and Lois. That show is really good. It kind of like hit a peak halfway through the first season and just kind of stayed there. But it's fine because that peak was pretty high in my opinion for a Superman show. I liked it a lot. I think all the characters are pretty good. My mom and my brother really hated Jordan, but I kind of liked him. I thought John was a really cool character. Superman himself was really awesome. Lois was really, really, really well written. Like, I'm just gonna leave it there. It was really good. I recommend watching it. I recommend watching Daredevil more, but what's his name plays a really good job of Superman and Clark. Sorry about the cough. I rewatched Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse again because that movie is amazing and perfect and so good, and we need to review it at least once on this podcast.
Yeah, it'll probably
Eventually.
come at some point.
Yeah. I also watched Crazy Rich Asians, and that movie was actually pretty freaking good, and I enjoyed it a lot, not gonna lie. Have you seen that
A lot
one?
of people liked it.
It's actually
haven't
really
seen it, but I've
good.
heard
For
it's
for like a romance movie, it is a very solid movie. There are some really, really, really well made scenes, especially this one at the end with Mahjong. I recommend watching it. I think it's Mahjong. I'm sorry if that's not the right game that they were playing. I'm really stupid. I promise I'm not trying to be offensive. Um,
I'm really stupid.
I am. Like that's a valid argument that I just genuinely cannot remember. Like my memory is just too bad. Um, I watched the second episode of Boba Fett and it was marginally better than the first episode, but I'm
Oh,
still
okay.
not like blown
Yeah.
away. Like I think Mandalorian is pretty much like way better. But it's pretty good. I liked it. It was way better than the first episode. First episode is boring as hell, but second episode is not that bad. So watch it if you're a Star Wars fan. You'll like it. And other than that, I don't think I really watched anything. I watched another episode of New Girl, but one episode doesn't really count.
Fair.
Yeah.
Fair.
Next up, Jack, what'd you watch?
Oh, big yawn. What did I watch? Witcher, which I already mentioned a little bit of. Actually, I should check how far I got. I picked back up on. Oh God. Not. Why do I keep wanting to say Blue Exorcist? It's not that.
Iron Blooded Orphans?
No, I already watched all that.
I know, but I mean, have you watched it again?
No, I rarely
Rewatch stuff. Yeah, I remember you
Yeah.
telling me that.
Gosh, it's really Demon Slayer. Jeez.
Oh, right. Yeah.
I
I'm not watching
that
that
back up.
until after the season is done. Or do you mean season 1?
Season 1. I'm still
Oh,
in season
right.
1,
Okay.
I
Yeah.
think.
Apparently season 2 like is insane right now, but I'm gonna hold
Yeah, I've
off.
heard that too.
I'm
It's
holding
nice.
off until
Eh.
it's May. I like season 1 of Demon Slayer. I think it only gets better as you watch it. I think the first little bit it's a little boring, and then as you get closer to the end of the season, it gets pretty darn good.
All right. Well, I mean, I'm still gonna watch it, but
Yeah, of course.
And then just today, Yetta was freaking out about Euphoria and how crazy it was. So I wasn't gonna watch it because it sounded like the same garbage that Netflix pumps out and stuff.
Yeah.
Except on HBO. No, but she was like just narrating the first episode and how crazy it was in the group chat. So I was like, all right, fine. And so I started watching it, and it's just weird. It's not even like great. It's like it's just
was
weird.
she one of the people that said that they were excited for Morbius?
No.
Okay,
that was
never mind.
Jeremiah.
I was gonna say if she did that, then I don't really trust her opinion on that. I'm sorry, dude.
No, that was Jeremiah and Ben.
We forgot to talk about this because I deleted it, and I was like, you know what? I'll remember it so I can delete this. But Morbius got pushed back again. It's now coming out on April 1st. This is the 6th time this movie was supposed to come out in 2019. Just saying, it is now 2022.
Yeah.
And I think it's ironic that the movie's being released on April 1st because it's a joke of a film.
I was gonna say
It's hilarious. I don't know. They say it's because of COVID, but in the reality, they just know that no one's gonna go see it, and they should have just left it normal so they can at least use the excuse of COVID. But no one's going to go see it, except for me because we're gonna be reviewing it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm very unexcited for that.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
I don't know if I watched anything else.
I didn't.
See, me.
Ow.
Everything has been me.
God, I'm so
I
old.
watched a while ago. I watched Beautiful Boy or something.
Oh, with Timothy Chalamet and Steve Carell.
Yeah.
Is that good? Yeah, I thought so.
Yeah.
You gotta start writing this shit down, Jack.
Yeah. I
always forget.
I guess it was good. I don't know. It was just like the acting is what I liked, and then the rest of it was like pretty typical, I guess. I don't know. It was.
Hey, movies can get carried on their acting. A lot of movies do. I mean, I feel like this movie would not be as good as Interstellar would not be as good as it is if the acting wasn't as good as it was.
True.
Yeah, acting's pretty huge. There's a lot of components that go into making a good movie, and I think that the one thing that if it's bad, it ruins the entire film. If everything else is amazing, is writing. I think if writing is bad, then the entire thing collapses. Good example of that is Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
Because in the final season, there was not a single bad thing about it except for the writing, and is considered to be one of the worst flops ever. So, yeah.
Yeah.
And then it's coming from a future director, hopefully a future director. Me.
Yeah.
Me. Other than that, I think I have all my quarrels out for this week, Jackery.
Yeah, I can't think of anything else
Yeah,
that I watch
okay.
or anything.
So if you have any recommendations for what we should watch next week, the week after, like literally any time in the future, please go down below on the YouTube side of things, comment, go to our Instagram and DM us at Mediak Podcast, go over to Twitter, DM us over there or at us at Mediak Zach. Please subscribe. Go to our, it's not Patreon. What is the thing that is on Spotify that people pay us money?
Oh, you can like
Support us with.
yeah, it's like some support thing.
Yeah, go do that on Spotify.
do
It's
that.
also on our Instagram. It would be greatly, greatly, greatly appreciated. We love every single person who's willing to sit down for an hour and listen to two idiots talk about movies and life and stuff like that. We genuinely have a great time. Oh, we forgot to mention one thing. We have another segment coming up. It's going to be up this Friday on YouTube called Mediak Minute, where this Thursday the new Peacemaker TV show drops. So we're going to be watching the first 3 episodes and doing like a 20-minute quick conversation about the first 3 episodes of Peacemaker. And we're going to be doing an episode review every single Friday of the show until it stops. And then we'll pick up Mediac Minute with a different show with whatever we decide on.
Yeah,
But the
whatever's
first
out.
yeah,
Cool.
the first episode is going to be the first 3 episodes of Peacemaker, and it comes out this Friday. So be excited for that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Be ready.
Other than that, see you guys next week with a movie we haven't decided on yet.
See you guys next week.
See you guys next week. Goodbye.
Goodbye.